Wonders of a simple life. But sometimes I take a crowd out past the old smokestack. Every time I leave this place, the wind calls me back. High on the hill, 5:30, grab your fiddle, we can dance all night. Might find good old times, we know how to live this life.
Yeah, it's everybody has sisters. I will always call this my home, my home sweet home.
Well, good evening. We have a couple different meetings tonight. We're going to be starting off with a city council meeting, end that, and then go into a study session, of which many of those being receiving award and commendations, that'll be at that particular part. But first, we've got a brief city council meeting, a regular meeting, and please call us to order.
Mayor Hartke,
Here.
Vice Mayor Rowe,
Here.
Councilmember Stewart,
Here.
Councilmember McClymans, Councilmember Wong,
Yeah.
Councilmember Lopez,
Here.
Councilmember Orlando.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Very good. Our invocation is scheduled by an Associate Pastor Kevin Fryrear. Is Kevin here? Pastor Fryrear? All right, I will lead us in the invocation tonight, and then Councilmember Renee Lopez will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and join us. Lord God, I thank you tonight for this opportunity to serve our city. We thank you for those being honored and recognized tonight, and from deep hearts of gratitude, we're grateful to those who have served our city well and that we get a chance to honor. I ask, Lord God, that you would continue to bless our city, and thank you for the many abundant blessings that continue to reside upon us. So we ask your blessings upon this council meeting tonight as well. I ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Council Member. Council, we have 3 items on our consent agenda tonight, but I do want to just bring attention to one. Our third is just our employment agreement with our city manager, and we're just continually grateful to have an excellent staff at all levels, and certainly led by our city manager, Marcia Reed. So Council, what is your pleasure tonight?
Yeah.
Councilmember Lopez.
Yes, want to reiterate also, again, the renewal of the contract with our city manager. She's done an outstanding job the last few years, ever since she's been on, and again, very positive attitude around the city. And again, I've always liked the statement that attitude is a reflection of leadership. So a positive attitude means we've got some positive leadership. So thank you. So I'll move for approval of the Monday, July 8th regular meeting agenda, items 1 through 3.
Is there a second? Second by Councilmember McClymans. Council, please vote.
Motion carries unanimously.
All right. Council, this concludes our regular session. We next have a study session, also July 8th. And I mentioned the things that will be on there earlier. So we're going to start this off with scheduled, well, I guess actually, I did call it to order, no necessary for other things. So our scheduled public appearances, and I would like Councilmember Orlando to please join me out front. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I would ask Deborah Stapleton, our Assistant City Manager, to make the first presentation.
Thank you. Mayor and Council, please join me in congratulating Larry Yonker for his 20 years of service with the city. Larry was hired in 1999, and he joined the city as an eager mechanic. And because of his skills and his focus on customer service and efficiency, Larry was promoted to lead fleet technician, then again to fleet services supervisor, and then recently to fleet services superintendent in 2006. He leads a fantastic team that provides services to a fleet of over $52 million. Larry takes every opportunity to embrace experiences to grow both personally and professionally. He pays it forward through mentoring others through the city's mentoring program, as well as informally. Larry, it's been a great pleasure watching you grow as a respected leader in the city. Your efforts do not go unnoticed, and managing a very efficient fleet division. Just think about everything you're going to accomplish in the next 20 years. Congratulations. It's a pleasure working with you.
This time, I would ask Scott Chapman, Assistant Fire Chief, to come forward and make the presentations for Fire Department.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. First up, I'd like to call Captain Martin Hernandez to be recognized for his 20 years of service with the City of Chandler. Captain Hernandez has been with the Chandler Fire Department for 20 years, and he is currently assigned as a captain paramedic supervising the crew of engine 2840. Martin has held the ranks of firefighter, engineer, and captain, all while serving as a paramedic. He is well known and respected in the department for his patience in mentoring firefighters and paramedics. Martin is a certified technical rescue technician, wildland firefighter, incident safety officer, and car seat technician. He is also an instructor for the National Registry of Paramedic and EMTs, CPR, adult and pediatric advanced cardiac life support, and flashover chamber. He is also fluent in Spanish, which he uses regularly in the service of our community. Martin, over the course of his career, has received 2 unit citations. Captain Martin Hernandez, the Chandler Fire Department, and the community, thank you for your 20 years of service. Hey, next, I'd like to call Engineer Russell Applegate up to be recognized for his 20 years of service with the city. Russell was hired by the City of Chandler as a firefighter in July of 1999, and he is currently assigned as the engineer for Engine 287. Over the course of his career, Russell has continually looked for opportunities to increase his skill and knowledge. He is certified as a paramedic, hazardous materials technician, and technical rescue technician. Russell was promoted to his current rank of engineer in 2007. He has proven himself a valuable member of the Chandler Fire Department and is known for his positive attitude and excellent customer service skills. Russell has been married to his beautiful wife, Jill, for 34 years and would like to express his thanks to her for all of the support she has given him over his career. Thank you, Russell, for your 20 years of dedicated service to the City of Chandler. All right, next, I'd like to call Engineer Scott Cowden up to be recognized for 20 years of service with the City of Chandler. Scott was hired in July of 1999 and thereafter attended hazardous materials and technical rescue training that resulted in him being a member of the department's special operations team. In 2006, Scott was promoted to the rank of engineer and has since become a driver operator trainer for the fire department. In 2007, Scott graduated from the department's first paramedic program that was coordinated by Chandler Fire Department instructors, finishing at the top of his class. He's been involved in many department programs, including our EMS quality assurance, public education as a fire pal, car seat program, and the immunization program. Scott has volunteered his time to help with projects such as Fill the Boot for MDA, holiday turkey drives, holiday toy drives, as well as teaching public CPR classes. Scott continues to serve as a valuable member of the department. Congratulations, Scott, on this 20-year achievement. And next, I'd like to call firefighter Duke Rottweiler up to be recognized for 20 years of service with the city of Chandler. Duke's been with the fire department for 20 years and is currently assigned as a firefighter paramedic on Engine 281. Firefighter Rottweiler has also been certified as a hazardous materials technician and a technical rescue technician since 2001 and has been a paramedic with the department for 18 of his 20 years. Throughout his career, firefighter Rottweiler has specialized in ladder truck operations, which includes special extrication and stabilization training. Additionally, he's been recognized for several fundraisers that he's participated in, including donating his personal time, resources, as well as his expertise to help complete a project at one of our terminally ill members' homes last year. Firefighter Rottweiler, the department, the city, and the community members, thank you for your 20 years of service. And next, I'd like to call lead fire prevention specialist Joe Silva up to be recognized for 20 years of service with the city. Joe came to the Chandler Fire Department 6 years ago after working as a permit technician, plan reviewer, and building inspector for development services. He is currently the lead fire prevention specialist, and his exceptional customer service skills and ability to connect with business owners help him in his daily efforts to make Chandler a safer place to work, live, and play. Joe possesses the attitude, professionalism, and expertise that the city of Chandler needs in a fire inspector. He approaches a challenge with a desire to find the best solution for our business community and our residents. The Chandler Fire Department, the city, and the community thank you, Joe Silva, for 20 years of service. All right, next, I'd like to call lead fire mechanic Rob Bodie up to be recognized for 25 years of service with the city of Chandler. Rob began his career with the fire department as a temporary full-time mechanic in 1993 and became a permanent employee in 1994. 4 years later, Rob was promoted to senior fire mechanic. His primary function is to supervise and participate in specialized mechanical maintenance, repair, and inspection on all types of complex firefighting apparatus. Rob has been certified as an emergency vehicle technician since 1998 and a master level emergency vehicle technician since 2008. Rob played a vital role in the design and startup of the current fire maintenance facility, which was completed in 2007. During his tenure, Rob has received 7 unit citations, dozens of values alerts for outstanding customer service, and was selected as the Chandler Fire Employee of the Year in 2008. Rob, congratulations and thank you for 25 years of service.
At this time, I would ask Sean Duggan, Police Chief, to come forward and make his presentations.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. We have 3 recognitions to honor this evening. The first one, I'd like to start with Detective Brendan Bussey, to ask him to come forward to recognize his 25 years of service with the city. Brendan's been a Chandler police officer since July 1994. After basic training, he worked in patrol, where he developed a reputation as a dedicated and talented officer. His hard work paid off when he was selected to become a member of the bike unit, then later a detective in the sex crimes unit in 2001, where he investigated sexually motivated crimes against children and adults. Brendan spent over 11 years in this unit and became well known among his peers and county attorneys as a tenacious investigator. He specialized in forensic interviews of children who experienced various types of abuse. In 2013, Brendan was selected to become a member of the Robbery Homicide Unit, where he presently serves. Brendan is also a member of the Arizona and the International Homicide Investigators Association, as well as the Arizona Child Abduction Response Team. Whether serving as the lead detective on a homicide investigation or supporting other detectives with their cases, Brendan is a valuable member of the team and is very well known for demonstrating the highest level of professionalism and compassion for victims. So Brendan, thank you for 25 years of dedicated service. Now I'd like to ask Eddie Cuthbertson to come forward and recognize his 25 years of service with the city. So Eddie began his career also in 1994 as a patrol officer after spending 1 year with the Buckeye Police Department. While serving in patrol, Eddie quickly established himself as a focused and highly determined officer. He sharpened his skills and developed a reputation as a dedicated and talented member of his team. His hard work paid off when he was selected to become a member of the traffic unit as a motorcycle officer, where he continued to develop his skills as a collision and DUI investigator. Over the course of his 25 years career, Eddie has also served as a school resource officer, a background detective, and a DUI enforcement officer. Eddie has been recognized for his outstanding performance and has received numerous commendations over the years. In 1999, he received the department's highest award, the Medal of Honor, and in 2013 and 2014, he was recognized as the MAD Officer of the Year. It's Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Throughout his career, though, Eddie is responsible for removing over 1,200 impaired drivers from our roadways, ensuring that Chandler roadways remain safe. So Eddie, thank you for your dedicated service and everything you've done to contribute to the safety of our city the last 25 years. And finally, I'd like to ask Scott Williams to come forward in recognition of his 25 years of service with the city. So Scott has spent his entire 25-year law enforcement career with the Chandler Police Department. His resume is a diverse record of service and dedication to our community. After learning his trade craft and patrol, Scott went on to serve in various sections and divisions within the police department. He spent time working as a motorcycle officer, helping to keep our roads safe. He served as a canine handler, providing special services and backup to officers out on the street. And he is a long-time serving member of our SWAT team, where he provides enhanced expertise to help protect officers and citizens alike. Presently, Scott serves as a training officer assigned to our state-of-the-art training center. In his current position, Scott displays some of the many talents on a daily basis. In addition to his genuine desire to serve, he has a natural ability to connect with others and build relationships while offering his knowledge and expertise. And Scott has honorably served our agency, his coworkers, and the community for 25 years. So Scott, thank you for your impact and everything you've done to help keep our community safe as well.
Mayor, members of council, in case you haven't been keeping up, just those employees of Team Chandler that's been before you tonight represents 250 years of service with just this group. And with that, we do have one retirement recognition. Mayor, if you want me to move on to that one. Okay, I would ask Dawn Lang, our Management Services Director, to make this presentation.
Thank you, City Manager, Mayor, and Council. So with this one, will it add up to, did you include it? Okay. All right. So I would like to ask Toni Borland to come forward to be recognized for her retirement from the city after 25 years of service. Toni began her career in 1994 in Management Services, the Utility Services Division. and I'm happy to say she's still in utility services. Throughout her time, she's worked in 4 different buildings with a variety of managers and staff in various roles, seen exponential growth and numerous changes in billing. When she first began, bills were printed on white and green bar paper with perforated edges, and we now have features like paperless billing and auto pay. In 2015, Tony transitioned to the billing and compliance specialist, where she has ensured the city's 84,000 monthly bills are accurately and timely processed. Tony has a wonderful sense of humor and always has a story, a smile, and a kind remark. Tony and her husband Jason have 2 children, Sammy and Chris, and she's looking forward to her new career as executive assistant and Uber driver for her children. Hopefully they tip well. Thank you, Tony, for your service and dedication to Team Chandler. We wish you all the best, and we'll miss you dearly.
Council, I never understand why people don't want to stay for the consent agenda discussion. We'll give a moment to let the chambers clear. All right, well, Council, there's 26 items on our consent agenda. I know that nobody called any in, but I did want to make a comment. I am excited to see as 4 of these items have to do with park improvements that are coming up, and that now that we're in the new year and have budget to do so. So this is a very exciting piece for our residents to be able to have some new amenities. And what better time than during National Park Month? So I'm very excited to see that. But Council, do you have any questions or comments?
Mayor, actually, I did call in a few, but maybe communication didn't work out.
Okay.
No, don't worry, it's not a big deal.
Councilmember Orlando.
No, no worries. Mayor, I just thank you for mentioning the Parks and Rec, because that was one of the areas we wanted to at least tell everybody what's going on at Tumbleweed Park, so appreciate that. But I do have a question on 16 and 26. I'm trying to figure out how those 2 numbers connect and what is going on in that. So I know staff might have some thoughts on that.
Mayor.
City Manager.
Yes. So through the mayor, Councilmember Orlando, are you asking about 16, which is the Tumbleweed Park construction contract for $4 million?
Bear with me, I apologize.
Okay.
I circled that one, but I really meant 12. See that? I was
All right, yeah.
looking at 12. I apologize.
All right. All right, no problem. So item number 26 on your agenda, we, through our Public Works and Utilities Department, every year look at what I would call like umbrella professional services contracts. So we go out for a request for proposal or qualifications, a number submit, not really knowing what specific projects are coming forward, but then they are selected based on qualifications. It really saves the city a lot of time in terms of getting these projects moved through and onto your agenda. And so those annual contracts, as we call them, will appear from time to time, generally around the same time, but from time to time to establish a limit or a dollar amount for what I would call like an umbrella contract. The other item on this particular one, item number 12, is for Kaufman, specifically for the airport master plan. So the umbrella item number, I would say, is that is a spending threshold, but anything that exceeds $30,000 has to be back on your agenda for approval. So that is the item number 12 item. So these are not both to be spent. One is to establish a limit, and then the item number 12 is the actual expenditure of that professional services agreement
Okay, so.
for that particular project.
So the question I have for you then is 400, it said $400,000. What is Kaufman Associates doing for that particular,
Yeah.
what are the service they're providing?
Right, so the annual contract this is their second amendment. And so their amount had been 400,000 per year. And I can get Chris up to explain any of those things that have been approved previously by council that spent out of that. But what we're asking for here is that limit to actually be increased to $700,000 to accommodate the 599,000 and change contract that is on your agenda as well.
Now I
So,
got you.
yeah,
Okay.
so some
That's-
of it's spent along the way, but they all have to come back to you. This is just strictly an increase in expenditure limit.
Okay, now I got you. And as far as what they're doing today, you could take that offline. That's not a big deal. I just was curious how those two numbers. So the delta is some of the $599,000 that's under the item 12. That's why you're raising $300,000.
Correct.
Got it. Thank you very much. I was trying to figure that out, Mark. Did you figure it out already? Oh, thanks, I don't feel. You already asked. Okay, thanks.
I had it figured out personally.
I should have asked you, Mayor. I apologize. I'll do that next time. I'll go straight to you. Thank you.
I asked previously, so.
Thank you, sir.
Council, any other questions or comments related to our agenda tonight? All right. Seeing none, council's study session over. Those are for me. So